Chanika English. Today here we are with Suresh sir, who is an IIAM graduate and also a geopolitics expert. Hello sir.
Hello, welcome to all the Chanakya English viewers. It's a pleasure to meet you all once again.
Yeah. Thank you sir. So to start off with, the hot topic today all over India is Sengol. So which is originally from Tamil Nadu. So my question
Yeah,
is that why Sengol is significant and also necessary to keep inside the parliament.
see, according to the records, uh, normally we talk about geopolitics and politics, but today we are talking about Sengol. And as you said, rightly said, the Sengol has captured the imagination of the country. And everybody from north to south and east to west are talking about it. How such a thing has been forgotten and gone to the dark pages of history. So when you talk about the Sengol, why it is required to be kept in parliament, it can be arguably be the first artifact of Indian state, independent Indian state. If we have
Yeah,
to show
symbol of
something,
freedom. Okay.
yeah, symbol of freedom, it is the first artifact.
Yeah.
So whether whatever it be the connotations or associations with it, nobody can dispute the fact that it was the first artifact and it deserves the respect and the place in the largest democracies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, sir, to add on with this is to be given from Adinams, right? From Tamil Nadu
yeah,
Adinams to the Prime
yeah,
Minister. So,
yeah.
why Rajaji chose Tiruvadurai Adinam, sir?
Okay, why Rajaji chose? I mean, I think we have to go a bit sequentially. A lot of
Yeah.
people have said it, so I briefly cover it. It is said that Lord Mountbatten wanted a symbolic transfer of power.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes from Europe.
Okay.
In Europe, normally the symbolic transfer of power is giving the crowning the king
Mm.
and
Yeah.
giving them some symbols, and it is normally done by the Roman Pope,
Okay.
whoever is there in Europe. All the
Mm.
kings were coronated by him. When the dispute arose between him and Eastern Church, that is when the entire Europe was divided into Eastern Orthodox Church and the Vatican.
Mm.
So people who are not recognized by Vatican, they went to Eastern Orthodox Church and they started that Constantinople Church. So they have a very long tradition of this schism, and it is very well established practice in Europe. India, being under the British rule for a very long time, has forgotten its cultural mores. So when it was asked to Nehru, Nehru, as we all know, was an expert in British law and all the other things except Indic studies.
Indian.
So he didn't know it. So rightly he fell on the most senior politician, who is also a very great scholar.
Okay.
He has written Vyasar Virundu, which was actually told by Mohandas Gandhi.
Mm.
It's a must read. And he has also written Ramayana, which common people can understand in a very well written manner. So he is considered to be a scholar. So he asked him the guidance. We do not know what happened between them. So we know the events. Mountbatten asked Nehru. Nehru consulted Rajaji. Rajaji had asked Thiruvadurai Adinam, and they have given the Sengol. This much we know.
Okay.
Remaining is speculation. I mean,
Okay.
they might have discussed many options, right? I mean, they could have
Yeah.
asked Mountbatten to place the crown on Nehru's head. Who knows?
If
And
they followed
probably,
British, yeah, if they followed
yeah,
British system, it would have been the same.
in our British custom, even in India, we have Pattabhishekam, where in the Pattabhishekam, normally you do all these things. Crowning
Yeah.
the king is also part of ceremony. Probably they would have thought that it was too ostentatious, to be crowned as the king of the country. They might have settled on, giving a Sengol, which serves the purpose of symbolic transfer of power.
Mm.
That's what we can know. And yeah, the question that you asked is very right. Why Thiruvadurai Adi? In fact, Thiruvadurai
Because we
Adinam,
have Dharmapuri Adinam and Madurai Adinam and also. But why Radhaji chose this one specifically?
yeah, you're right. Actually, Dharmapuram Adinam and Madurai Adinam, which are bit older than Thiruvadurai Adinam. But even before that, if at all, it has to be done by a spiritual guru.
Hmm.
It can be any of the Shankaracharyas who are known
Yeah.
throughout the country,
Hmm.
or from any of the akadas or mutts in. There is no dearth of ashrams in Kashi or Rishikesh or Haridwar. And why they have to choose Thiruvadurai Adinam, which is not even known to many Tamil people in Tamil Nadu,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it has got a very specific significance. Once they decided to give this Sengo, and it has to be given by the uh, spiritual guru. It's not a spiritual guru. Thiruvadurai Adinam has a distinction of being Rajagurus.
Oh, Rajagurus
They,
of?
for 5 samasthanams, 5 kingdoms, not only
Oh,
Chola.
okay.
Okay, they are the Rajagurus of Tanjavur Samasthanam. Where, firstly, Cholas and later on Sarbojis. They were the
Oh,
Rajagurus for them. Then they were Rajaguru of Sivagangai Samasthanam, Pudukkottai Samasthanam, Ramanathapuram Samasthanam, and the Thiruvidaangur Samasthanam.
oh,
Because of which they know the traditions, and they were the ones who are doing this transfer of power for a very long time, and they have the very well established practice. That is why Thiruvadurai Adinam was chosen above everyone else. All the other mutts are spiritual mutts. They don't get involved in this. And also, if you see the Thiruvadurai Adinams, they also get married because they don't get involved in the entirely spiritual matters.
okay.
Yeah,
So you're saying that all other Adinams are spiritual Adinams. So this Tiruvardoi Adinam, they are not only in spirituality, but also they are included in government matters, right? So the links between
yeah, because
Adinams,
being
temples, and
being
governance.
being Rajagurus, they are involved in
Okay.
all the matters of kingdom governance
Okay.
uh, uh,
Okay.
beyond spiritual. Yeah,
So, sir, we are seeing the Sengol like for past 2 to 3 days continuously. The height and all 5 feet. It shows, and above the
yeah,
Sengol, they placed Nandi. So we have in
okay,
Hinduism we have so many symbols, right? So why
yeah,
they chose Nandi to be kept on the top of the Sengol?
yeah. So, in fact, when we talk about a lot of these things, people don't see every symbol has got its own significance. It has been
Yeah.
Chola scepter, it is modeled after the Chola Empire, and then it should have been a tiger. A bust of
Yeah.
tiger should be there, right? It would have said the continuity of Chola Empire, but uh, to do so would limit the history of India to a particular geography,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
this Sengol is not a Chola Sengol. It was made afresh. It was made newly by the Adinam. Why this Nandi is there is because the Thiruvadurai is a Nandi Sthalam. Okay. So it is their symbol. They
Okay.
had their own imprint on that. Thiruvadurai Adinam, there is certain, see, Sengol is a issue like Mamallapuram. When Modi brought Xi Jinping to Mamallapuram, a lot of people started to read about Pallavas. Today, when the Sengol issue is getting discussed, it is
Yeah.
a right time to know more about Thiruvadurai Adinam, how it came into being and what is its significance.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, and it has a very unique place in the culture and spiritual life and history of Tamil people. And they have got
Yes.
lot of they have done a lot of contributions.
Okay.
If you see why this Nandi is there, it is called a Nandi Sthalam.
Yeah.
Thiruvadurai itself means where the cows get mukti.
Oh.
In fact, the god who graces that Swambulingam in Thiruvadurai is called as Gomuktiswarar. He gives
Okay.
mukti to cows. So there is another very intriguing thing about Thiruvadurai Shiva temple. Normally, if you see all the in the parapet walls of Shiva temple, you will have Nandis, right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Small
Yeah.
Nandis will be there sitting on the parapet wall.
Yeah.
In that temple, there will not be any Nandi sitting on the parapet wall.
Okay. Yeah.
See, there was Tirumalai Devar, who was a local king. He was also a spiritual leader, guru. When they had a fight with another king, he goes and prays to God, and the Shakti uh, there in the she actually sends all the Nandis from the parapet wall to fight the enemy.
Mm.
That is a legend. So
Okay.
the Nandis who left are said to guard that place till now.
Oh. Okay.
Later on, if you see, actually, for Shaiva, all the Shaiva organizations throughout the world, Nandi has been adapted with their flags.
Okay.
So it's a symbol of Shaivites. Yeah.
So,
And there
so
is another, yeah, there is one more significance. I just complete that.
yeah, of course.
Nandi is also, India has this unique tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Guru Shishya Parampara. Nandi is supposed to be the first disciple of Lord Shiva,
Okay.
whom Lord Shiva teaches Vedas, and everybody learns from him.
Yeah.
The first batch of his students include Sanat Kumaras.
Yeah.
The second batch has Tirumular,
Mm.
who is one of the foremost siddhars in the Tamil tradition. And incidentally, the Jiva Samadhi of Tirumular is there in Thiruvadurai. In fact, the reason the Thiruvadurai Adinam is situated there is because it is the Jiva Samadhi stall of Tirumular.
So, so now we see politics around Singol, right? So
Yeah.
everybody is talking about this, and opposition leaders, they are opposing this statement, and they are saying that this Sengol is it's like it's significant for only one religion. All right. So India is a secularistic country. So why
Mm.
Modi is insisting to keep this one Sengol inside the parliament? Like,
Mm. Uh, See, well, this is not the mistake of Modi. Where what happened? It's a part of history,
yeah.
and if you have to do something, I don't think there is any symbol which is common to all the religions or any act.
Okay.
In fact, you have to do multiple acts and multiple symbols you have to adapt. And why Nehru didn't do that, it
Mm.
escapes our mind. Why he didn't do that? Being such a secular guy, he could have done something with Christian symbolism, something with Islamic symbolism, something with Hindu symbolism. He could have done that. He didn't
Yeah.
choose to do. Then why to blame the current government for that? I mean, he's conveniently shifting the blame. The
Those
mistake
time
lies
also,
elsewhere.
yeah, those time also, this situation was there. India had Muslim populations, Christian population, and Hindu population. But why Modi? I mean, Nehru chose to keep Nandi Sengol.
Uh, See, he didn't know what kind of Bengal will arrive, right? Probably he would have told Rajaji that you do all these things, and he was involved in a lot of other work. And finally,
Okay.
Adinams arrive and they gave him a Sengol, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if you are in that in his shoes, are you going to say, "Oh, send me the design of this Sengol and I will approve it"? I don't think they had time for that. In fact, anybody reading about the history of India's freedom, the last final moments,
Yeah.
will know what kind of tensions and pressures they were going through.
Okay.
With the train loads of dead bodies arriving from Pakistan, these are very trivial matters.
Okay.
Okay,
So now we are.
you have to go
Yeah.
beyond that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beyond it will go into politics.
Yeah, that time there are no politics. I mean, there was only one organization. They effectively, there's no other people left standing. So that party took all the decisions. We have to respect that. Whatever decision they have done,
Okay.
it was done under those circumstances. We cannot go and change it.
So, sir, when the transformation, like when we got freedom, we got from British, right? So,
Yeah.
technically, the Sengol should be handed over by the Mountbatten to Nehru.
Yeah.
So, but in the middle, the Hadinams comes, right? So, why they are giving it to Nehru?
No, normally, no, it is not done like that. That's why we have this continuity of tradition of continuity. Uh, like if you say the transfer of power, if the king gets deceased, he cannot hand it over to his son. There is always someone else who does that. And who is the spiritual leader? Normally, I will not say spiritual leader, the guy, a temporal guide. I mean, Vatican doubled as the spiritual leaders as well as the temporal guides for the European monarchs. Right? They are the ones who will give it. Similarly, the Adinams, I mean, Adinam or Rajagurus who used to do that role.
Yeah.
So
So, you're saying,
it was the right thing. It was the right thing that Mountbatten handed it over to the Adinam and Adinam hands over to Nehru. It was the right procedure.
so Adinams were so powerful, right? According to you, like what you say.
No, no. Adinams are not powerful, and even today they are not powerful. Their existence is under the daily question in Tamil Nadu. Right? Or what if see had very powerful Dravidian ministers, Dravidian
Yeah.
movement ministers. They are always under constant attack. They are not powerful at all.
Okay.
We give them respect. That's it.
Okay. So now also this tradition is going to repeat, like tomorrow, as we speak. So,
No,
so
it's not tradition going to repeat. Actually, what they are going to do is it had disappeared from the scene for a very long time, and it has reappeared. So they just want to keep it in the parliament. I don't think every 5 years new prime minister comes over, the old prime minister will come and give it to the new prime minister. That is not going to happen. I don't think so.
yeah, this is also something new. Like it's been ignored, right? So this Sengol has been placed in one museum, like Allahabad Museum, and it is also said like this is an walking stick of Nehru. So it's like
Yeah.
it's an ignorance or what we say. It's an important artifact, right? So why it was neglected?
That we do not know. There are a lot of unanswered questions that many people are asking. If there's such importance, if there are so much records available about it, what happened to it for 75 years? In fact, it is not Prayagraj Museum. Uh, there is another museum which is in Anand Mahal, which is the museum for the lives of Nehru and Gandhi, where a lot of artifacts are separately kept. There are two, in fact, two museums. I think so. So, Prayagraj being the birthplace of Nehru, it was kept, all his articles are kept there, and it has been labeled as his walking stick.
But sir, this was given for the country, right? He was in a post prime minister, but this was kept as his artifacts, like his collection.
Okay, I get where you are coming to. Like all the gifts received by the people in positions of power is
So he thought
belongs
this
to the
was his.
state. No. This kind of constitution came only in 1950, right?
Okay.
Constituent Assembly accepted it in 1950, and then we had it in force from 1950 onwards. So how can you backdate it and say he received it in 1947? In fact, what they say is they deny its complete existence and say it was a gift to him by someone else, by his well-wisher. That's how
Okay.
they say it,
He did
right?
not even
So
try to
that
know what is the purpose of the symbol which was given to him in the symbol of freedom.
he knows. He would have known. I will not say he would have known. what is the
But
purpose,
still,
and what happens after that is a matter of a long speculation. But I think there will be a lot of paper trails. I mean, anything that is kept in a museum needs a paperwork, right?
yeah,
And the Nehru Museum is built only after, I think, after his after his demise.
okay,
Before that, you wouldn't have started the museum for himself. I mean, a man giving himself a Bharat Ratna, anything is possible. He would have built a museum for himself when he was alive itself. Anything is possible. I have not checked the dates of the museum. Uh, but before, I think the museum would have come somewhere in 1960s or 1970s.
okay,
And still there is an unexplained gap of 20 years where it was. It wouldn't be sitting in his home. If it had been sitting in his home, we have to just check the paperwork, because this museum is of national importance.
yeah,
By its nature, it comes under the Archaeological Society of India, ASI. The Ministry of Culture doesn't directly manage museums. It requires expertise. A department that having the expertise is ASI. ASI would have got this much before, and it would have kept it under its protection. And ASI was not always under the Ministry of Culture.
okay,
For the first 6 years, ASI was under the Ministry of Human Resource Development. And Human Resource Development, the first minister is a very great patriot called Maulana Abul Kalam Azad.
okay,
And ASI was under him. And the ASI had this single.
okay.
Now, people are open to come to their own conclusions.
They had the control, so they did whatever they wanted to. It seems like that.
I do not know. I do not know.
Okay.
I mean, we know what he did to history books to the country. A man who was born in Mecca, who
Okay.
learned only the Islamic studies and had a great respect of for the Mughal rule. And we know the Delhi centric history, it was shot down the throat of all the Indians. We all know that why we are suffering the tyranny of Delhi rule, even after so many centuries. We have to, regurgitate that. Yeah. So not only that, as a head of ASI, he also took a lot of decisions.
Okay.
80 to 90% of the entire budget of ASI goes towards the upkeep of medieval monuments, starting from Islamic too.
Okay.
I mean, anything older than that is not considered as an architecture. Architecture
Okay.
for them starts only during the medieval rule. This world, even today, it is unofficially just done like so.
Okay. Even
So
today,
when it take, I mean, yeah, I mean, discussion about ASI is a completely a
different
different
person.
topic, and you can talk about Tamil and why Tamil is not called it. And people who are learned in Tamil cannot get into ASI using that qualification,
Oh,
despite the fact that half the inscriptions found in India are in Tamil.
oh,
Out of 1 lakh inscriptions, stone inscriptions, 50,000 inscriptions are in Tamil. But the
okay.
people who are learned in Tamil cannot get into ASI. But if you learn Persian and Arabic, you can work in ASI. That's a completely different topic. When you open the chapter, lot of things are there to discuss, and for a lot of things, Maulana Saab is one of the starting points.
Okay. Now we see means the Prime Minister Modi, he always says that Tamil is the oldest language, Tamil Nadu's culture. He talks about that, and now the Sengol is going to Delhi again. So it's kind of an agenda driven, right? So he keeps the politics of Tamil politics. So
So that's what
he's
a lot of people. That's what a lot of people say, that Modi is doing politics with this and other. I don't think BJP does anything for many things for politics. I mean, a lot of things what they've done. Typically, What Congress keeps saying is, let us take the example of demonetization, is anti-people. Okay, they should be happy about it. I mean, if it's a really anti-people thing, then why did you do it? So sometimes what Modi says is, it goes beyond politics. It is the right thing to do, we do it. Second thing is, BJP didn't ask the single to be made in Tamil Nadu, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It was Nehru who did it, and when he came to know of it, and they have taken all the precautions to. I'm sure that they would have taken all the records, that have gotten their hands on all the records. So I don't think it is a problem. They are just giving it the rightful place. Even if it had come from Kerala or Karnataka or Assam or Punjab, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
See, we have to look at the Sengol as the first artifact of Indian state. I mean, independent India. There are many more artifacts before that. If we talk about August 15, 1947, what is the first artifact? Probably this is the first one.
So it automatically dates beyond British everyone, right? It takes back the
Mm.
history from Cholas, which was
No,
neglected.
see, this was a. I mean, Sengol is not something which is restricted only to Cholas. I mean, many people have spoken about it.
Yeah.
Sengol is the say Rajdanda, which is held by all the kings. It is not specifically limited to Cholas. I mean, they will be prominently displayed. Even if you see the Egyptian paintings, they always have a scepter, right?
Okay.
This wand or a scepter, what we say,
So
it is
this
smaller than
tradition
stone.
would have come from there, like if you see
We do
means.
not see. It doesn't matter. No, everybody wears
Okay.
today clothes. It doesn't mean that clothes is a particular. The tradition is different. Origin of tradition is different.
Okay.
Origin of tradition. Why should we bother? It is our tradition. That's it. Today we say secularism is our tradition,
Yeah.
right? So what is secularism? It didn't start from constitution saying that all religions are equal. We said Sarva Dharma Samabhava, Vasudeva Kudumbagam, everybody is the same family. It starts from there. We talk about origin of secularism. It started in India, it went to Europe. See, we can keep discussing and arguing like this. There is no end to it. Where does the idea originate and how people follow it? Okay, they have given an example that see the question comes when Mountbatten asked, "Do you have a tradition?" They say, "Yes, there is a tradition. There's a long tradition. People are ruled for 700 years, 1,000 years. This kind of dynasties were there. How did they do the transfer of power?" So they had taken an example of Chola dynasty. So,
So, so my last question is: this is the symbol of freedom, right? So it is
yeah,
going to be placed in the temple of democracy in the middle.
yeah. Hmm.
So, for for us, for Tamil people, how much proud it should be, because the ruling party of DMK says that this is the symbol of monarchy. So they are doing again the politics. They are not even appreciating the efforts which the government, central government, is doing. So
There are
how
there are
important it is, sir?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Finish it. Finish it.
important it is for us.
See, people elect political parties because of paucity of choices. I mean, I have got two or three choices. Out of those, I choose whatever I like. It doesn't mean that I have to listen to whatever they say. Correct? I will see, okay, this party is matching 20% of my aspiration. This party is matching 40%. This is matching 60%. That's it. I don't think the political parties have more sway than that over the daily lives and the thinking of the common man. So people are not bothered about what DMK says or ADMK says or Congress says or NCP says. I mean, they are not bothered. Okay. In fact, that is what something which is triggering them and they are setting them into the panic mode. Second thing, when you talk about monarchy, see, we cannot do away with monarchy. I mean, this is our past. We had our kings. That is our history. Just because today we don't have monarchy doesn't mean I have to hate everything that is monarchy.
Okay.
The people who are the pioneers of democracy, what they talk about Greece and Rome and other people and European democracies, they still have monarchies. And if that is the case, all these political parties should fight and come out of Commonwealth first. What is Commonwealth? The permanent head of the state is the England monarchy. Yeah, by the way, I just wanted to say today the Congress and the opposition parties are opposing the parliament inauguration. They started saying that because they didn't invite the president. In fact,
Yeah.
I am surprised and amazed. I mean, Congress should have demanded the Emperor Charles to come and open it because they value the British people very much, and why Nehru chose to be in Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Nobody forced him. They asked him, he just said, "Yes, I'll be a part."
Yeah.
I mean, it's a symbol of slavery.
Still under them.
All the Commonwealth states were once ruled by Britain. I mean, America was also ruled by Britain. They are not part of Commonwealth. China was ruled by Britain. They are not part of Commonwealth. The only idiotic country is India, which is still under Commonwealth. And if you have any self-respect of disrespecting monarchy, all these political parties should come together and say we should get out of Commonwealth. How can in a democratic world you can still have an institution whose permanent head is a dynastic, a royal dynasty? I mean, we have to ask this question, and we should thank them that they did not call Charles to inaugurate the parliament because we are, after all, modeled under the Westminster system of democracy. So these are small mercies they have shown. And 75 years it has taken them to recognize president. In another 75 years, they will also start respecting the democracy.
Another 75 years.
I think it will take 75 years for them. The way they are going. I mean,
Yeah.
probably if the opposition parties don't disengage from Congress, they will also go the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see the shoots of dynastic politics in other parties also, especially in Dravidian party, the ruling Dravidian party. We are seeing that. And people, I don't think people are bothered about it. What they talk about monarchy and this thing, they talk about symbols of monarchy, right? It's a symbol of monarchy. That's what they keep saying. And what are they
Yeah.
doing with Karunanidhi and Stalin and Udayanidhi? Is it not monarchy?
They're the living examples of monarchy.
I mean, without any symbols,
Yeah.
and they want only against. I mean, see, BJP is not doing anything. It was done by Nehru, and we have to keep it.
Okay.
It is a part of the history, whether we like it or not. Riots are part of our history, whether we like it or not. Partition riots were there. Millions of people died. It's part of our history. Can we deny that just because we don't like it?
No.
Say, some things may not be palatable to us now, but it remains as a part of it. And you cannot make it like a walking stick just because you don't like it. I mean, that's a way to treat that. Uh, I mean, they would have at least kept it in some art gallery saying that this is the artifact that we got it when we got the freedom.
Okay.
Nobody would have got offended. There is a lot of national art galleries is there. Right next to Parliament, there is a national art gallery. They could have kept it there. Nobody would have asked anything.
They didn't do that. It became personal
We do
property
not
for them.
know. No, this chapter, I don't think it is going to end with the inauguration of Parliament. I mean, it requires a much more serious and thorough interrogation. We have to see how did it end up there. Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
think
sir.
I
Thank you
answered
for
that.
the.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you, sir.
It's
Thanks,
great to
all
talk
the
with you.
viewers. Yeah, we'll meet again.